Good morning and welcome to your daily operations weather briefing. Well, pretty nice conditions out there to start the day, but unfortunately we're going to see those conditions deteriorate as we go into the late evening hours tonight, and especially during the day tomorrow, as we'll see what will eventually likely become a subtropical low, maybe even a tropical storm, which will be developing off the southeast coast, making its impact here at Wallops during the day tomorrow. So looking at our current surface analysis, you can see that area of low pressure, not yet named by the National Hurricane Center, but it is likely to become a tropical depression later today, and eventually potentially a tropical storm as it continues to move up toward the northeast and along the Carolinas as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. Fortunately for us, not looking for this area of low pressure to make a very deep impact along the coast, with the area of low pressure not really strengthening a whole lot, as we're going to see quite a bit of shear impacting this storm. Actually seeing some westerly to northwesterly shear from the tropical storm Harvey, which is currently over Texas, really slamming the eastern portions of Texas with some heavy rainfall, and that is actually assisting us with causing some shear to impact the area of low pressure off the Florida coast, not allowing it to really strengthen a whole lot right now. So taking a look at the current satellite imagery, you can see it's not really well developed yet. Not seeing a close area of circulation around this area of low pressure, and that is why it's still just a potential cyclone number 10 at the current time. But as it begins to move along the northeast and off the southeast coast over the course of the next 24 to 36 hours, National Hurricane Center is expecting it to develop into a tropical storm. And as you can see here, the yellow indicating tropical storm watches all the way up to the Outer Banks, as this area of low pressure is expected to ride along the Carolina coast over the next couple of days. So again, this label is still potential tropical cyclone number 10 with a maximum sustained winds of 35 miles per hour, and it is expected to track off the Carolina coast and away from Wallops during the day on Tuesday. So as far as we are concerned, not really going to see any major impacts from this storm as far as real strong winds. We are going to see some rain showers entering the area late tonight into the day on Tuesday, with some gusty east to northeasterly winds also impacting the area at times during the day on Tuesday, especially during the afternoon and evening. A quick look at the radar satellite imagery. You can see some of those cirrus cloudiness clouds moving into the Wallops area this morning. We're going to continue to see those increasing cloudiness as we go through the day today. Current conditions out there right now, just a few clouds at the lower levels, a scattered deck at 25,000 feet. Again, we're going to see those clouds continuing to increase during the day, especially at the upper levels there, where we see currently just a scattered deck at 25,000 feet. Winds out of the east-northeast at 15 knots with a temperature of 71 degrees and humidity at 58%. So for the next 24 hours, we are expecting, again, the increase in cloudiness later this afternoon, and really seeing the rain hold off until later tonight. Will likely be around midnight or later when we see those first outer rain bands from that area of low pressure begin to impact the region. Expecting the winds to be pretty breezy today. Could get up to that 25 knot criteria as we go into the afternoon and evening hours tonight. Then seeing the winds continuing out of the east-northeast, 10 to 15 knots, with some gusts up to around 20 knots later this evening. So go into the overnight hours, continuing to see peak gusts around 20 knots after midnight, and then as we get into the early morning hours of Tuesday, we'll start to see those winds increasing by early morning up to around 25 knots, and also seeing the rain chances increasing, with some of the showers potentially heavy at times by early tomorrow morning. So looking at slight chance of some lightning embedded in some of these showers tomorrow morning as they start to make their approach to Wallops. So looking at about a 20% chance between the hours of 6 and 8 o'clock tomorrow morning of seeing some embedded thunderstorm activity with some of those rain showers. So we look at the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday is really when conditions begin to go downhill for us. with those heavier showers moving into the area, pretty good chance we'll see an inch, possibly up to 2 inches of precipitation as the area of low pressure moves north and then off the Outer Banks coastline during the day on Tuesday. Again, we will see some windy conditions here, not anything like what you typically expect out of a tropical system moving along the Outer Banks and off the coast. So this one is expected to stay fairly weak, with really not big impact as far as winds are concerned. For us, seeing those max wind gusts up to around 40 miles per hour during the afternoon and evening hours. And as a result of the pretty windy conditions out of the east and northeast direction continuing for the next 24 to 48 hours, we're going to see the potential of some minor coastal flooding in those areas of the eastern shore that are typically prone to seeing those flooding issues at times of high tide. So look for that to also be a slight impact for us as we go through the day tomorrow, especially during the afternoon and evening for those areas that typically do flood from coastal lows that approach the region. So looking at the max winds right around 40 miles per hour during the afternoon and evening hours. Again, those rain showers will be pretty heavy at times during the afternoon and evening on Tuesday, and coming to an end Tuesday night after midnight. Also those winds diminishing as well after midnight on Tuesday, and especially by Wednesday morning. We'll see the pretty good chance of rain continuing into the evening. Again, those rain chances diminishing after midnight. See a low temperature of 69 on Tuesday, and then for Wednesday, expecting mostly cloudy skies. Could even become partly cloudy at times during the afternoon as that low pulls off the coast and you see high pressure building in. We'll see a daytime high on Wednesday of 77 degrees. Well, that'll wrap it up for the daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. for your full weather briefing. Have a nice morning.